Hi, everyone. My name is Mike Tidwell, Executive Director of the Chesapeake Climate Action Network. And lots of people got wet and cold earlier today in the Potomac River or as far away as California, Georgia, and a lot of other places across Maryland, Virginia, DC. And we are so glad to have you all on this call. We're also recording this to send to a lot of people who couldn't make it this Saturday afternoon to this virtual sharing of videos and sharing of comedy and celebrating CCAN's 17th annual Polar Bear Plunge to keep winter cold. There were, I don't know, over 100 plungers and maybe close to 200 people at National Harbor earlier today. And there are an equal number of people across the country who plunge virtually. We're going to see some of those videos in a second. The good news is that as of right now, we have raised $187,061.38. I don't know who gave the 38 cents, but that was really good of them. So on our way to 220K, which is our goal, and we think we're going to get there, if not just get close. So none of this would have happened without all of you on this call and all of you who are going to watch this recording when we mail it to you. So we want to thank you all so much. I also want to thank some of our sponsors, Mom's Organic Market, who's been a very generous supporter of CCAN's work over the years, Neighborhood Sun, Green 2.0, the executive director of Green 2.0 was at National Harbor today for the plunge. It was great. St. Francis Neighborhood Center and 4 Green Fields, all sponsors of our event today. And we really appreciate them. So for those of you watching across the country to get a feel for what other folks have done, we are now going to show a couple of videos. And I was really remiss earlier today at National Harbor in not thanking the entire staff of Chesapeake Climate Action Network. So raise your hand if you work for CCAN. Thank you so much for everything you did today. And special thanks to Courtney Dyson, who's our fundraising director at CCAN, does an amazing job, just took care of so many details today. And I'm gonna let Courtney, right? Courtney, you're gonna show us a couple of videos of people plunging elsewhere. So take it away.
I am. Yep, I am. Hold on tight.
I find your lack of waste disturbing. The ability to destroy the Chesapeake is insignificant next to the power to destroy a planet.
Oh, Lego Darth Vader. Only you would be so cold.
Don't act so surprised, Your Highness. You are on a low-emission mission.
I don't know what you're talking about. I am part of an
You are
environment.
part of the Solar Alliance and a spy. Take her away! Anyone? Anyone?
Force Polar Plunge!
Hey everybody, I'm out here at Lake Needwood in Maryland because we need to do everything we can to fight climate change. And you don't need to be a polar bear to make a big difference. All right, keep winter cold.
All right.
Hey everybody, way to go, Can. Let's keep winters cold. Woo! Yeah.
That's
Fantastic. Courtney, can you tell us who some of those people were?
I can't off the top of my head. No, I'm sorry.
Wow, that was
The
amazing.
number of videos that were coming in during the past few hours, it was hard to keep up with them all.
Fantastic. And now I think I'm pitching to Jamie, who's going to share some more. Is that right?
That's right. We are going to conclude the Polar Bear Plunge costume contest, which began today at the in-person event where most of these costumes that you'll see in this costume contest came from. So first, I'm going to show you one slide for each costume, and then we are going to share a Google form in the chat, and then the program will continue and people will have a chance to vote on which costume they think should win the contest. And then we will come back, declare the official winner of the 2022 Polar Bear Plunge costume contest. So first, here are the contestants. We have Darth Vader, who you remember from being pushed into the water by Princess Leia. That was very exciting. I had not seen that video and I love it. We have the Climate Dragon. Look out for the Climate Dragon. We have the Snow Leopard. You know, you thought this was Polar Bear Plunge, but snow leopards are pretty cold too. We have Aphrodite, Queen of the Sea, wife of Poseidon. So some big hitters showed up at the plunge today. The Good Luck Bear from, what's the franchise? The Cuddle Bear.
Care Bears.
Care Bears.
Care Bear, thank you. Good Luck Bear from Care Bears. We have Climate Action Yoda. You have heard probably of Baby Yoda, but this is Climate Action Yoda, made an appearance at the plunge. And I think that is everyone who we've got. So at this point, we'll share a link in the chat, and you should go to that Google form and vote for who you think should be this year's People's Champion of the costume contest. I'll share that link in just a moment.
Yeah, the costumes were really amazing. And Jamie DeMarco, who's our federal policy director, thank you so much for shepherding all those great costumes on the Potomac River earlier today and showing us more today. And the link is in the chat now.
Not yet. So I remembered I was supposed to introduce Holly. So we have an incredible West Virginia organizer who has been kicking butt for the past year to let Senator Manchin know that West Virginians want Build Back Better. They want to build back better. The people of West Virginia want these policies. Thank you, Courtney. The link is in the chat now. And Holly has just been doing incredible work. She's part of a lot of coalitions, the people who are doing what is necessary to get Build Back Better passed, and we still have high hopes that we're going to get those climate provisions through. And when we do, it'll be in large part thanks to our next speaker, Holly Bradley.
Oh, thanks, Jamie. Really appreciate you. Hi, everybody. So today in West Virginia, we had a statewide canvas where we launched from 5 different locations. And we were calling it the Neighbor to Neighbor Invest in West Virginia canvas. And we talked to our neighbors about what they wanted, what they want to see Senator Manchin bring to West Virginia. And we had, I think there were about 2,000 doors knocked and lots of positive responses. So it was really fun, really exciting. And some other stuff we're doing in West Virginia. We have a resolution letter that we have been circulating throughout West Virginia, working to get 100 organizations signed onto it. We also got the city of Morgantown to pass a resolution basically asking Senator Manchin to pass the Build Back Better Act. And we're going to try to get a couple more cities to do the same. And we, like today, when we were canvassing, we have an ongoing effort getting calls to Senator Manchin. So that was like our ask at the door. After we talked to folks and asked them what they wanted, we transferred them to Senator Manchin if they were willing. And so that's an effort that is ongoing. And another thing that we're doing in West Virginia is targeting one of Senator Manchin's top individual donors, and he's a restaurant owner. So hopefully we'll be picketing, protesting outside of those restaurants, letting him know that we want him to use his influence over Senator Manchin so we can get this passed. For the federal world in DC, there's going to be a March 1st State of the Union watch party, and also working with Arm in Arm to have a series of actions leading up to the State of the Union and then after, and keep going, escalating them until we can get Build Back Better passed. So that's what I have. Thanks so much, y'all. And who am I passing this to?
I think back to me. I do want to say we have some more videos coming up, I believe. But first, we want to tell you what we're going to do with the funds that you all across the country and across the region helped us raise. And we're going to have some speakers come up and tell you that in just a second. I do also want to remind you to check in the chat box for the link, right? It's there for how to vote on the costume contest. I don't know. That's what my script says I should tell people to do. Is that right, Jamie?
That's right.
Great. Fantastic. The other thing is, I don't know if Kim on the call yet? Courtney, our Virginia director. Fantastic. Our next speaker is Kim Germain, who is CCAN's Virginia director. Before coming to CCAN, Kim worked as the public policy manager for the Virginia League of Conservation Voters. And there was a recent change of government in Virginia, but not a total change in government. And we did the Polar Bear Plunge with the state of Virginia in sight right across the river. And I want to turn it over to you, Kim, and tell us what we're doing in Virginia to bring keep the clean energy revolution going.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us here. It's been a long day. We got to jump in the Potomac earlier today, so rushed over. Thankfully, I didn't have to drive back to Richmond today because I'm in Alexandria for the weekend. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for donating. Thanks for plunging either in person or virtually. All of the dollars are being put to very good use in Virginia. Money is working overtime to make sure that we're continuing to move the ticker forward in Virginia. As Mike said, in November, there were some elections. If you didn't learn, or if you weren't paying attention, or if you weren't watching the news, House of Delegates in Virginia and the governorship went to the Republicans. They promptly committed to rolling back all of the climate victories from the last 2 years, which is really, really bad news for those of us in the building. And so Republicans in November and December made some commitments to roll back the Virginia Clean Economy Act, the Regional Greenhouse Gas Initiative, and clean car standards. And unfortunately for me, they made good on those commitments. So the last 30 days have been spent really in the legislature warding off about 50 bills to repeal, amend, undermine all of those climate victories from the last few years. It's bad news for me. But thankfully, the Virginia Senate has made good on their commitment to not roll back any of the progress from the last 3 years. And so far, we've successfully warded off any attacks. We still have 30 more days to go, and so anything could happen. But like I said, money is being put to good use in Virginia because we're definitely on the ropes and trying to make sure that we're holding strong, and the Virginia Senate has helped us do that work. So keep your ears tuned to the rest of the legislative session, but so far things are going relatively well to make sure that we're defending all our climate progress. And then in even better news than just warding off all of these attacks, MVP work is going really well. At the end of last month, the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals decided that the U.S. Forest Service did not do a comprehensive analysis when it amended its own forest plan to cross the Jefferson National Forest. Only a few days later, the court issued another opinion that the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service did not account for climate change, of all things, among other things, when it declared that the MVP was in compliance with the Endangered Species Act. And as you can expect, MVP stocks plummeted, which is really good news for us. The more money folks lose and the longer the process takes, the less inclined that they are to continue with these pipeline projects. And so the parent company says that the completion date will simply be pushed back for another year to next summer, but we truly believe that this pipeline will not be completed at all. So thanks to your donations and thanks to your plunging, we get to continue to make good trouble and do direct action, fight in the courts to ensure that the MVP is not completed. So lots of work happening here in Virginia, whether it be at the legislature or in pipeline fights, but things are going well. It's been a busy first few months of the year, but productive. So thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for funding our work.
Thank you, Kim Germain, the Virginia Director of Chesapeake Climate Action Network, for all your great work. And Courtney, I'm going to pitch it to you for some more videos.
All right, let's see what we have next up.
All right, let's do it.
Hi everyone, my name is Kate Stewart Gary, and I'm fundraising for the Chesapeake Climate Action Network for their annual Polar Bear Plunge. I cannot participate in person this year, so I am doing an ice bucket challenge. Here we go.
Crews are at Gunpowder Falls State Park preparing for their Polar Bear Plunge. Everybody is lining up on the beach. It's going to be a good time raising money for climate change. Here we go, we're warming up. Warming up. You ready?
Yes.
Here we go. This is for all of you. We're freezing for you.
Come on.
3, 2, 1, go! Oh, it's so warm! It's so warm! It's so, we can do it! It's so warm! Got some seaweed! Alright, go in! Woo! How'd it feel?
I can't feel my
Oh, my knee. We're doing it.
I'm not gonna look. Please. I'm not gonna.
Ready.
2, 3. Okay, I'm done. Let's do this thing. Hi, this is Janine Walsh.
And Patrick Carolyn.
And we're with Franciscan Action Network, and we are going to be jumping into Cozy Beach on Long Island Sound in East Haven, Connecticut for this year's Polar Bear Plunge. Are you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's do it. Ready?
Yep.
Yay!
Okay, ready? You gotta get in the water. You can't just get on the Are you gonna get wet?
Wow. Well, that was energizing. I could feel the pain all over again from earlier today. So we had Long Island, New York. We had West Virginia. We had some in the DC area, Northern Virginia, Sandy Point State Park near the Annapolis Bridge. Just amazing, amazing the number of people, dozens and dozens of people. In fact, hundreds of them across the country who took part in this event today. And again, you saw a shot of the literally over 100 people going into the Potomac River at National Harbor today. And we're gonna have some more speakers telling you what we're doing with all the funds that we raise to fight climate change in the region. But I do want to thank some of our major donors, or people who raise money. April Moore of the Shenandoah Valley raised over $11,000. Thank you, April Moore. She jumped in the Potomac this morning. The Quaking Quakers of Washington raised over $10,000. The Mama Bears for Climate Action, also over $10,000. Folks who raised over $5,000, Lori Hill of Tacoma Park, my neighbor, fantastic. Lori, don't tell anyone I voted for you in the costume contest. Climate Action Amazons in partnership with Piedmont Environmental Council. You saw them jumping into a creek in one of those earlier videos. Just amazing. They raised a lot of money. The Sierra Club DC Plungers and Team Inspiration also raised a lot of money. And Courtney, I think I may have an incomplete list of some of the folks. So if you have anything that you can update here. We also have the Peace Workers raised over 4,000. Franciscan Action Network. Those are two of those people were in Long Island that you just saw. Team Grumpy Bears, Latin Climate Project, they were all at the river today, and Team Hirschkeman also at the Potomac today. And then the 2000 and up plungers were Joby Taylor, Mary Portelli, Mimi McKinley Ward, John Landenberger. John's been raising money for this Polar Plunge for over 10 years. Michael Dunn, Steve Chase, Barbara Briggs, John Appia Duffel, Jesse, let's see, there's so many others. I'm going to come back. I have that list elsewhere. I don't know if you have it handy, Courtney, but we'll name some more people as we go. But just truly an amazing combination of people who have raised money and who frankly make it possible for all of us to do what we do. Jesse Buff, Kirsten Collings, Susan Griffin, Ann Haveman, Lisa Kiley, John King. John King was at the river today. He's seeking higher office. Google his name. You'll learn more in Maryland. And I was able to raise over $8,000 as well. So thank you to all the folks who did so much to make this a successful plunge. And if I left your name out, I'm sorry. We'll try to get it, mention you later in the program. And now, again, what do we do with these funds? We fight for clean energy. We fight with all our might. We believe that this is a nation of laws. And if you want to change this nation, you have to change the laws. And that's what we do. We're lobbying, as Kim Jermaine said, in Richmond to stop a rollback of all the great bills we've passed there over the last few years. In fact, Virginia at this moment is ahead of Maryland and the District of Columbia on clean energy policy. But Maryland is determined, I hear, to catch up during the legislative session of 2022. And therefore, it is my honor to introduce Victoria Venable, who is CCAN's new Maryland director, before moving to Oregon to earn her master's degree in public policy. Victoria worked as the legislative director for Delegate Ben Brooks in Maryland, in the Maryland General Assembly. And now she is the fastest rising star in the climate movement in the great state of Maryland. Victoria, take it away.
Thanks, Mike. And hi, everybody. It's so great to be here. Can you all hear me? Okay, good. So as Mike said, we are working hard in Maryland right now. We're in the middle of our legislative session, which started last month and wraps up in April. Maryland is in the midst of this major campaign to not only increase our climate goals, but also to electrify our buildings and vehicles. Our climate solutions agenda has not only gotten buy-in on both sides of leadership, on both sides of the chamber. So both chambers have leadership that are really bought into this agenda, but also has, caught a lot of attention from the press lately and is really moving along quickly in the legislative session. We have a major hearing in the Senate next week. We expect it to move through the Senate really quickly, and we're really excited. So you'll also see that our agenda has some is working to enact recommendations not only from groups like ours, but also from the Maryland Commission on Climate Change. So we are working on a lot just in that one piece of legislation or one package of legislation, but we also have some other priorities. We're working to address decades of environmental injustices with the Climate Equity Act, which will require state agencies to consider climate, equity, and labor in all of their decision making. This is a really important piece of legislation because the way that the state handles decision making impacts every single citizen, but not necessarily equally. And we know who has been carrying the burden of dirty energy systems and the climate crisis that we're in right now. So climate impacts are harming all of those, all of us, but not equally. And those who can afford it least are often the ones hit most quickly and hardest. So we have to make sure that we're doing good by all of the communities in Maryland. And then finally, we're also working on legislation to ensure that the investments that we make into our energy grid and the infrastructure that we have in Maryland will be supporting a clean energy economy. So we have done great work on getting more renewables in our economy and moving towards electrification, like I said, of transportation and buildings, but we need to make sure that we have the infrastructure that can support that. Thanks to infrastructure funding that's coming from the federal government, from the bipartisan infrastructure package, we have a real opportunity to transform our economy and make sure that we have the built infrastructure and the electricity grid infrastructure to support all of that great work. If you have any desire to get in on some of this awesome action, you know where to find us at CCAN Action. Is it CCANactionfund.org, and that's where you can find all of our active campaigns. So thank you so much for having me, and I hope you get a chance to get involved with us.
Thank you so much, Victoria. We are expecting big things from Maryland, not only this year, but next year and the year after that. And we're so happy to have you on our team. And now we have a few more videos that we want to watch, and we're going to announce the winner of the costume contest. So Courtney, take it away.
It's the Hyattsville Mount Rainier Polar Plunge 2022. We're at the 38th Street Bridge at the northwest branch of the Anacostia River. And here they come, ready to plunge. Keep winter cold, that's our motto. Oh, we got a doggy ready to plunge. Here they go. Ready, set, keep winter cold. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, and they're back on the sand, heading their way, getting their towels.
Come on, let's get this over with.
You have to jump in.
Oh, ladies first, ladies first. Go on.
Just do it. 2, 1.
Hey, I'm Jessica Sims. I'm Emily Piatek. We're with Appalachian Voices, and we're super excited to be part of this year's Polar Plunge, brought to you by CCAN. Very thankful to them, and glad we can help fundraise for Appalachian Voices and to keep winter cold.
Who doesn't love jumping into the James River in February?
It's great stuff. And thanks to everybody that donated.
Team Shriver Peace Worker, and we are doing the Chesapeake Climate Action Network Polar Plunge to keep winter cold. And so we're jumping in the bay to raise awareness about climate change and to support CCAN's great work supporting renewable energies and great policies that protect our planet. So we're ready to take the polar plunge. What do you say, guys? Woo! I hear this is good for you now. It's like hitting the restart button on your computer. All the cobwebs get cleared. Folks, are we ready? Are we ready?
All right.
All right. Let's do it!
Awesome. Awesome. Joby Taylor, who's in that last video, he has been taking a group of people into the Chesapeake Bay for this plunge for a long time, over 10 years. An amazing group of people, an amazing community there in Howard County. So that was amazing. And Jessica Sims down in Richmond, that's downtown Richmond in the James River. And trust me, it is cold there this time of year. So really, really inspired by all those videos of all those people, again, across the region and in different states across the country. And now the moment we've been waiting for, I think Jamie DeMarco is going to announce the winner of the costume contest.
Thank you. And before we get to the winner, we're first going to hear some superlative awards before the final victory. So the award for the cuddliest costume goes to the Good Luck Bear. Yes, congratulations, Good Luck Bear. Good Luck Bear, you won cuddliest costume. The award for most powerful goes to Climate Action Yoda. Congratulations, Climate Action Yoda. The force is powerful. The award for coldest goes to Snow Leopard. You know, the narwhal, if it had made it into the photo contest, would have been a close competitor, probably. The award for fiercest goes to Climate Dragon. It breathes ice, I think. And now, for the winner, it's both Aphrodite and Darth Vader. They were tied for winning. Darth Vader would have won, but didn't make an in-person appearance. And because Aphrodite made a physical in-person appearance and won the Applausometer, she got 3 extra votes from that, and that tied them. So these are our 2 co-winners of the 2022 CCAN Awards. They will both get gift cards to Supergirl. So congratulations, everyone, and thanks everyone who participated in the costume contest.
Amazing, amazing. And Lori Hill, who was Aphrodite, every year she comes with a remarkable costume. So Lori, congratulations. You make our world richer. You make our movement better, and we appreciate you. And Darth Vader, equally fantastic costume, Lego Darth Vader. We appreciate you, and we look forward to seeing you fall into a body of water for years to come for our Polar Bear Plunge. And I think we're just going to show a couple more videos and then we're almost done. I'm going to pitch it back to Courtney. No? Yes.
Go! Keep going! Keep going! Keep going!
I'm going to jump into the river. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold.
I'm gonna jump into the river to show how dedicated I am.
And there he goes, folks.
Woo! Three.
Well, thank you, everyone. Again, thank you to those sponsors that were up on the screen. Mom's Organic Market, Neighborhood Sun, Green 2.0, St. Francis Neighborhood Center, 4 Green Fields, and thank you to all of you. What a great community building event. 17 straight years in a row. We have done this event since December 2005 with a great cast of characters from across the region. You all have inspired us. We want to earn your trust and your support for all the money that you've raised for us. We are going to pass legislation. We are going to stop the Mountain Valley Pipeline. We are going to get a version of Build Back Better passed on Capitol Hill. We are going to continue to build this movement for the rest of the decade. We know that we have to cut emissions in half in this country by 2030, and we have to do the same worldwide, which means we need truly a clean energy revolution. We need all of you. We cannot leave anyone behind. Learn more at chesapeakeclimate.org. Keep us in mind, spread the word. Our political affiliate is CCAN Action Fund, so that's ccanactionfund.org. There are plenty of actions you can take, actions you can share, letters you can write, events coming up that you can attend. But right now, we want you to get warm, drink some more hot chocolate, enjoy that great feeling of having done a great deed on a Saturday. And we can't thank you enough. And with that, unless someone on my staff stops me, and again, huge thanks to the Chesapeake Climate Action Network staff, especially Courtney Dyson. Courtney, raise your hand. Courtney, you just made this thing hum more than it's ever hummed before. Just an incredible organizing feat. Big round of applause for Courtney and everyone else who participated. Thank you. We will see you at next year's Polar Bear Plunge, and we will see you doing activism all the time in the coming months. So thanks again, everyone. Take care.